Good day, my wonderful friends. It's me again, the one more great countryman. Remember to like, share and subscribe. Now, look at the screen in front of you. And this is what I am saying. Gang courts should be separate and secretive, just like the terror laws in America and other places. Really and truly, I want to talk about Justice Sykes, because you know the Blackman Klansman trial is back, and I think this judge is about to blow it. Now, Chief Justice Brian Sykes, he called for an end to jury trial, and I think that was a big time mistake. I know the court should be independent of the government and politics, but I think this guy is an autocratic, plutocracy person, because other judges and retired judges don't like that notion. And I say that to say this, to when I go back into the Blackman trial thing and never explain. But this guy right here, I think he had this plan all along. Listen to what this other judge said.
Chief Justice Brian Sykes has called for an end to trial by jury, while Judge Lennox Campbell calls for return to jury trial. Retired Supreme Court Judge Lennox Campbell is aware that Jamaica's justice system needs significant improvements, but he asserts that the citizens must take an active role in order for it to properly function. He is calling on Jamaicans to do their part by coming forward to serve as jurors and to assist the police in criminal investigations. The input of the public is democracy in action, which is not reserved for the government or any special sector in the society, he said last week. Campbell believes that the citizens' failure to serve is indicative of a lack of civic pride. And as the island celebrates 60 years of independence, he is making a plea for the government to reintroduce civics in schools to give children a well-needed foundation to contribute to society.
Now, Judge Lennox Campbell, you hear what him say? We need to go back to jury trial, and they need to teach civics back in a school, because pretty much what he is saying, which he's right, most Jamaicans, I guess in Jamaica, it's like them not like them country. Most of them are try leave, I try Lego, nothing now go on, this, that, police brutality, government thief, this, that, blah, blah, blah. And there's a selected few who's living the plutocracy lifestyle. And when you have a chance, look up the meaning of plutocracy. And I did a video on it on my channel, and I'm gonna remaster that video, add some more stuff and put it back up, because all of this leads up to what is going on with Usain Bolt. Plutocracy is what take down that young man. You understand? Plutocracy. With that said, I'm gonna go back into this dude, Mr. Brian Sykes. As you all know, the trial has resumed, and I guess he is examining all this evidence. And once again, I say, I don't see how one judge is gonna try the biggest gang trial in the Caribbean, if not in the world. The only place we take down more gangs are only a few places, like El Salvador. Them lock up over 60,000 gang member, crack down pan gang, and US and certain countries. So Jamaica, with this trial, it's a president setting trial, and believe me, people all over the world is watching it, in the Caribbean, other news media, other countries. You see what I'm saying? If you go to Insight, it's on it. If you go to CNN, you understand, all these media and all these government, all these think tank, they're watching this trial. And Brian Sykes, I read some of what he was saying last week, and pretty much he is saying that in a blunt term, the witness, him not believe the witness. He doesn't believe the witness. Him not believe the recording. But it's the way he is explaining it. It's like it's a constitutional violation for the criminal elements. And I'm looking at this guy and saying, what the hell is wrong with this man? There is more evidence against them than evidence for them. If you have an active gang member, start the police information, you understand? And there's factual information that the police them was able to do their job and lock up people, whatever. And you're gonna sit on your judge's bench and saying you don't believe the witness and there's facts. Now, in everything you do, you're not gonna remember everything, and some things is gonna be off key. I mean, he is putting his life in danger going against the grain of his friends them. Cause the man said he was hiding money in his house for Blackman and all sorts of things. And he is not gonna get everything 100% right, Brian. Just like how you pouring over this witness, over these evidence, you are getting overwhelmed and you're focused on the wrong things. You're focused on constitutional this and that. Listen, if you want to really change the constitutional stuff in Jamaica, look at how the police them kill people, kill off and not have no evidence. How much people dead without evidence? Police kick up pregnant woman, soldier, and them still have a job. You understand? You don't get affected by it because you get protected by police and this and that, and you live in your big house. Brian Sykes. You see what I'm saying? And the only way, and I don't want people, how am I gonna say this? No, I'm not inciting violence. But what I'm saying is, until certain people who in power have certain, until them can feel the actual what regular people go through with violence and certain things in them neighborhood, them not make no change. Colombia, South America was the same thing. Until the people them stop kill off them one another and focus on the politician and the judges them. Cause of them didn't make things worse. And guess what? Colombia are run good now. You understand? When you go to Colombia, South America, you'll be amazed how progressive and developed that place is. Them still have them issue, you know. But once the people them stop focusing on killing off each other and look upon it and demand accountability from these judges and these politicians and these people in plutocracy in our country, there ain't gonna be no change. Now, like I said, this trial, and I'm still scratching my head. I don't understand how the government of Jamaica, you have a justice minister who oversees the courthouse, parliament, but how can they make one man try 33 to 37 individual upon gang related stuff? Now, with that said, I am trying to understand Jamaica anti-gang law because they didn't put out a publication for the public. I don't know of it where we can read it. Like when America or other places come out with certain things, you know, in America, I'm using America as an example, you have the RICO Act, and it was made to prosecute the mafia. And because when J. Edgar Hoover was in power, he used to let the mafia them slide and focus on the black people them and communism. Anyways, in the 70s, early 80s, them decided to change the law and start listening on the mafia them. And that's how John got to get come down on enough people. Them use the RICO Act. Now, they have been using that for gang members and drug dealers. And you have a famous case in the media eye, the Young Thug, and I'm going to use that as an example. In the RICO Act, Young Thug get charged for murder and them thing there. And guess what? He didn't murder anybody. But with the RICO Act, if you associate the gang, associate the organization, anybody kill somebody and then charge for it, everybody is charged with that. You had another famous case. Bobby Smurder. Hot nigga. Making money till I pass out. Shorty getting money till I wild out. You remember that song? Yeah? And he did a song called Bobby Bitch. Bobby Bitch. Bobby Bitch. Bobby Bitch. You remember that guy? His father is Jamaican. Okay. He got charged also. And Bobby Smurder, one of his biggest thing was he didn't do anything, but he was charged with all the same crime that his homies them did. And that's how the RICO Act work. Now, I am assuming that the Jamaican Anti-Gang Act is the same thing. So, what is Judge SYKES' problem? Is he trying to change the law? Is he overwhelmed? Is it a sellout? Is he an autocratic judge? I don't understand. Because the law is a broad brush. It paints everybody with a broad brush. So if me in the organization, them a sell coke or whatever, kill people, everybody is charged with that. And every other thing is no defense. You have to really have some serious defense saying like, yo, I didn't know, I was just hanging out with these guys. But usually, when the feds come down on that kind of, use that kind of thing, they already have massive evidence, and to put it all together, them have to use that act. So, I don't understand what's going on with Justice Brian SYKES, but yo, he makes me nervous with this trial, and I'm telling you, if the Klansman them ever walk, listen, I'm sorry for Jamaica, because what that did, it sets a precedent. And believe me, gangster them are gonna get empowered. You see what I'm saying? and it will cause mad problems. So yo, that's how I feel about Justice Sykes, and I know I'm talking a lot, but they just have to get this out of my system. My name is Countryman. Remember to like, share and subscribe, and click on your notification button. And like I said, I'm gonna do the video on plutocracy, cause that involves Usain Bolt situation. I'm out.